Evening, everybody. It's 7:47, and I know that it's late, but I was watching the David Faber, Elon Musk interview, and actually, it was really good. However, I also did the Daily Note while that was on, so you won't have to wait very long for me to get that out to you also. So today was a particularly ugly day in the Dow, but it was only down 1%, although um, advanced declines were 4-1 to the downside. Um, and the NASDAQ was up all day right until the end when it closed down 22.16. So less than 0.2%. Advanced declines there were 5-2 to the downside. Volume was slightly higher than yesterday at 4 billion, but this is really low volume. S&P was down 26 and change, or 0.64, and a tie for the worst performer of the day goes to the Russell, down 25.37, and the Dow Jones Transports down 201.29, both down 1.45%. Oil was only slightly lower. Gold finally caught up to the silver on the downside, 1993. That was down almost $30. Bitcoin down 510. The dollar was up a mere 13 cents. Bonds were down three quarters of a point. Silver was down 39 cents, and nat gas was down a penny. I actually think the nat gas is acting really well. So we started off the day to the downside in the Dow. But what was interesting was that the entire move to the downside pre market was all Home Depot. It was trading down about $7.50. Um, and by the end of the day, it was 282.33. It was only down 621, or 2.15%, and it was close to the high. The other one that was down with it was Lowe's, although same situation. It was down hard early. This morning, it was, a bit soft, but the bottom line was it finished up about $6 off the low, so about two-thirds up on the range and only down $2. The biggest loser in home refurnishing, upgrading, whatever, was RH Corp, which is the old Restoration Hardware. It actually was. Anyway, so Restoration Hardware, 241.41, that was down 23.22, or 8.77%. And what's interesting about that is that Restoration Hardware, relative to a PE and cash flow generated, is actually the cheapest of those three names, and it got hurt the worst by a huge factor. I mean, four times as bad as Home Depot and seven times as bad as Lowe's. Okay, so after the close, we also had Star Bulk, SBLK, one of our favorites. They beat top and bottom line. They sold a couple of ships because of insurance costs. The dividend was a minor 35 cents, but they also initiated a $50 million buyback. Now, the stock had closed at 18.19, 18.19. And then after the news came out, traded up to 1898. The last is 1890, and that's up 58 cents. So I'm pleased with that. Tomorrow we have Target and TJX. Both of those were down with retail sales. We also tomorrow have housing starts and building permits. One more, Keysight, also earnings after the close, KEYS, with a nice beat. The stock was 146.52, down 228. It made a new low and a new high, and the last was 158, up 920, or 6.2%. So pretty decent. And just by the way, if you look at the chart, you'll see, like one of the other stocks that I've mentioned in the last couple of days on earnings, it was up that $9. Today you're 6.2%. Exactly a month ago, when they reported, there was a gap to the downside, and it came down from 182 to 146. So, you know, it's kind of equaling itself out. But besides the beat, they had really good guidance. All right, folks, I'm just going to put the link to this on the daily note and get this right out to you. Um, have a good evening, and I'll be back first thing in the morning. Oh, the Musk interview was really excellent, and I'm sure that they'll be playing bits and pieces of it um, all day tomorrow. But Musk was very well grounded. He didn't say anything that seemed out of line, as some people think that he is. But bottom line is, it was a good interview. Any pieces of it that you can see, you'll enjoy. Have a good one.